podcast.
Yeah, we're,
like,
like,
you guys stop talking so we can just talk.
Stop talking about bike maintenance.
This is not a bike maintenance podcast.
What's up, everyone? What's up, everyone? We're off to a good start here.
Good relative term.
So yeah,
We're here with Matreya.
Hi.
Matreya.
Matreya.
That's a cool name.
Thanks, man. Yeah, it's a Buddhist name.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, it means the Buddha of love and compassion and the messenger of divine truth.
Cool. So were your parents, like, were you spiritual
huge
growing?
hippies, like
Nice.
just huge pieces of garbage.
Where did you grow up?
Like I grew up in a communal living co-op, actually.
Really?
Yeah, in
so like
Kitsilano.
full on hippies.
Oh yeah, oh for sure. Yeah, it was connected to an organic farm in Aldergrove.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we called all the apartments pods.
That's so
There's
cool.
a bunch of little kids running around.
What was that like growing up?
It was pretty normal. It was more just like communal living. So like it was kind of like the whole apartment building would like we'd have like a courtyard cleaning party or like
Right.
we'd have meeting. Like I was like a kid, so I wouldn't be a part of it. But everyone would like there was no like the rent was really cheap and everyone would pitch in kind of thing. Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, and we got to live right in Kits. It was sick.
That's so
awesome.
cool.
That sounds like a really fun way to grow up too.
Yeah, I kind of want to do it again. I want to live in a co-op again one
Yeah.
day. Yeah.
Do you want like a family one day of your own?
Yeah.
Yeah?
For sure. Yeah, I'm gonna have so many children.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just like repopulate
So
the world.
many? How many is so many?
At least one actually.
Yeah.
So many.
How many siblings? Do you have any brothers or sisters?
I have an older sister and a younger brother. Yeah.
I'm the oldest of 5, so I was wondering
You
if you came.
are?
Yeah.
You're oldest of 5? Why don't I
What
know
is
that?
that
Did you not know
I
that?
think you just have a sister.
No, I'm Latina. That's how we do.
Oldest of 5?
I'm the oldest of 5. And I have 2 half
Damn.
siblings. So technically I have 6 brothers and sisters.
Mama
in
Catterall,
total.
getting after it.
Not Mama Catterall. That's my ex-mother-in-law. She was not getting after it.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Just want to be very clear.
Mine, M. Garcia now. Used to be Catterall.
Garcia.
Garcia.
That's a great
Actually,
name.
they made me change back to my name on my citizenship card, which is really annoying. So my last name growing up was always Garcia.
Right.
But on my citizenship card, because in Guatemala, you go by both of your parents' last names. It's
Yeah.
Garcia Cartagena. And it doesn't sound like it would be that annoying, but as a nurse, I have to fucking sign A. Garcia Cartagena on everything.
Right. Yeah.
But whatever. I mean, it sounds kind of like
Garcia's
kind of
sick.
cool. Garcia
I like the name
Cartagena.
Garcia. It's like Cherry Garcia.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But it's Garcia
Garcia.
Cartagena,
Yeah.
which is a place in Colombia.
Is it?
Actually, yeah.
Like Garcia Cartagena?
Or
Is a
Cartagena.
Cartagena. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, that's,
What's
Have
your
you ever been to-
what's your background? Your ethnic background?
I'm half Jewish and just like I don't know, like European,
Yeah.
like Scottish, Irish, everything boring, French.
Was your like Jewish identity like? Did you grow up with that culturally at all? or?
yeah, well, my dad's Jewish, but my mom was kind of the one to like do all the Jewish holidays because
Oh,
she
really?
wanted my brother and I to be included in it and
Yeah.
know about our culture. I had a bat mitzvah, but it was like at a secular Jewish center because they wouldn't let me go to the synagogue because I'm like not technically Jewish. So yeah,
That's cool though.
so I don't know. I consider myself Jewish.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
That's
sweet.
really cool.
I like the moon necklace too.
Thanks.
Sweet.
Thanks.
Would you call yourself a hippie?
I'm trying to be less of a hippie. I feel like
Explain.
Well, I feel like I used to be a huge hippie, like just like in if you knew me in high school, like how I would dress and just, I don't know. Like, I feel like, I don't know, it's just, I don't know, I'm just kind of rejecting it now. It just manifests in like one hammock and like technically like I'm a yoga teacher, but like not like a lame one, like a cool, like a
Or
cool
you like
yoga
certified?
teacher.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I've been thinking about doing that actually
Really?
myself.
Oh,
yeah.
do it, yeah.
When did you do it?
I did it last year. I did it last spring. Yeah, it was sweet. I did it at Y Yoga.
Oh,
and,
cool.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll ever teach. I just kind of wanted
What? You don't teach? You
No.
just did it just to get it?
just to
like,
kinda
learn the theory and,
Oh,
like, get
I guess
better.
that's cool. Yeah, I guess I
I
see
thought
a lot
about
of,
doing that, too.
I see a lot of personal trainers do it too. Like they just get their
Yeah.
certification just
Yeah.
to know more about fitness and health, and so they can use it for their everyday life.
I've never really like got yoga. Well, I did yoga sporadically, but I don't think you really get yoga until you do it consistently. And like suddenly now I can do like crow poses, and I had no upper body strength at all before. Like even doing a chaturanga was super hard for
Yeah.
me. But
Chaturangas
it's actually
are hard.
like amazing. You get ripped doing yoga. I didn't realize.
Yeah, man, totally.
Yeah.
yeah. I did it. I do yoga sometimes, and I was like, I'm I always felt like I wasn't ready to do the teacher training, and then I was like, I'm just gonna do it. And now I feel like I've learned so much about it. Like it's so
awesome.
nice just being in a yoga class, like knowing about proper alignment and knowing what it's supposed to look like and what are all the actions you're supposed to be doing. And yeah.
Are you those teachers that like talk about like like the earth and the grass and you're a tree?
No, that's what I'm saying, Zach, because
Thank
I'm
God.
trying to not be that
Thank
guy.
God. Thank God.
I like
so hard.
okay. I like that stuff.
No, man, I hate
Tell
that
me
stuff.
all about that
I
stuff
hate
while I'm
that.
in Savasana. I want to hear about it.
Sometimes it's nice to just like go and like get really like just
And
like
trip,
buy into it
like
all.
a sober trip
Yeah,
too.
yeah. But sometimes, man, like I went to this yoga class once, and after the class I like thanked the teacher. I'm like, oh, thanks for the class. And she's like, when's your birthday? I'm like, February 23rd. She's like, oh, you're an Aquarius. I'm like, it's not accurate. Like, no, I'm not. And she's like, no, I do my own. I'm like, okay.
On my
great.
own.
No,
She
no,
has
I
her
do my own.
She does her own.
People like this drive me nuts because they do this to. Oh man, it's like those card readers.
Have you guys ever had that?
Oh,
Yes.
totally.
Yeah, me too.
Yes, and I'm just like, come on, dude, what's going on here?
Did they ever say anything that was kind of accurate?
Yes, they said some stuff, and I'm like, okay.
When did you get it done? Tell me. I want to hear about Zach goes to the tarot
Me
reader.
too.
No, it was like I was like 17 in high school. I went, and my buddy went first, and he was like, dude, it's like really. He was very passionate about how serious it was, and like
What did, in
how
Edmonton?
yeah.
Did you go to the Russian tea room?
No, it was like that little house on 97th Street with that oracle thing.
Oh, I don't think I was ever there.
Sounds
The
very
one
sca-
on 97.
The one I was at. I remember I went, and she was just like saying stuff, and I was like, this is so generic.
Yeah.
I could like you could you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or you could have just Googled me,
Right.
or like found my Facebook or something like that. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I just found it being bullshit.
Did you ever go back?
No.
What did they say? What did they say specifically?
Just said that like I'd find love.
That's good.
My wants and needs would be like fulfilled. I remember like, and I was like, I remember like being like 17. I was like, what's wants and needs mean? Like I just didn't really know what any of this stuff really meant.
I wonder
But
if it would hit you different now because you've kind of like dabbled in like the hippie realm since then.
Yeah. I went full
I bet it would
hippie.
hit you different.
Yeah, I wonder.
I was in Edmonton, the first palm reader I ever went to because I grew up Christian
Right.
and my family and was just like really against it. You know, like a lot of
Right.
like religious people are against that kind of stuff because
Yeah.
I think my mom was
demonic.
like, it's from the devil.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
So I went to a palm reader in Edmonton while I was married, and I remember I was like, I'm not going to say I'm married and I'll see what they say. Probably won't get it right.
Right.
And then she looked at my palm and she was like, you're going to move to a different city and you're going to
God.
like meet your soulmate in a different city. And I was like, what does she know? I'm married. Look at me. Cut to me now. I haven't met my soulmate, but I am in a different city.
You know
and
what-
I'm no longer with my husband.
You know what I should do? I should literally change my name, like, or just have a different name
Yeah.
going into it,
Yeah,
and make like a
interesting.
Facebook profile of that person's name, and be like,
See if they
"You
look-
motherfucker, caught you,"
Interesting.
and like be those, like have like a badge, like you're caught, like you know, like you've been caught. That's it. You're
a
done.
reality show. I had a pretty crazy one once where
Yeah, let's hear about it.
I was with my friend and she wanted to go into this psychic, and I was like, okay, cool. It's like $15. Like, let's do it. Let's get a psychic reading.
Yeah.
And I sit down, and the dude's like, don't become an actor.
What?
Yeah. He was like, don't become an actor, whatever you do. And I'm like, okay. He's like, you're going to really want to be an actor in your life. Listen, there's going to be a drive to become an actor, but you're going to become really successful, and you're going to get off your spiritual path, and you're meant to be enlightened in this lifetime. And I was like, what? He was like, yeah, if you become an actor, you're going to have a deep period of depression in your life. I was like, oh, okay.
So what did you think? Were you like worth it still?
Well, I was like, I'm not gonna not like. I don't even believe in that kind of
so
stuff.
funny,
Like,
but
I
it's
know
so weird that he would say that.
Yeah, well, and also Matreya, my name, it's like the next it's the next Buddha to become enlightened. But maybe he just said it because he like saw my name.
Oh well, I think that you
Probably.
can fucking have it all. I think you can be.
Just
I think you can be
You're
an
freaked out right now.
I think you can be an actress and a spiritual guru.
I'm just
Apparently
wondering.
not.
I'm just wondering if like what kind of Facebook like did you like a Vancouver Film School page before you went into this and
Maybe.
they did research? You know what I mean?
It's
I'm so
all
skeptical,
very
man.
Googleable.
I'm so skeptical. I don't know.
He told me not to eat sweet foods. He said don't eat any like honey or sugar. He told my
I could tell you
friend that
that.
she was gay.
Was she?
Turns out she
She was for a
a
bit.
little bit, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Actually,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah.
Kind of right.
I think people who do that too are just like intuitive.
They also
you know,
have
like they're
50-50
good
shot.
at but
You're
also
either gay or not.
But
So it's
also
like
there's
50-50
She also like
shot.
had like pink hair. Like, I don't know, not to,
Like, I think they're good
Yeah.
at reading people, though, and, like, picking up on things, you know? Like, like different subtleties.
I don't know, dude.
Yeah.
You don't think so?
No, come on. I don't know. I'm so against it. I don't know. You know what I do believe in, though? Magic tricks.
You believe in that?
No, but like I think they can really fool you.
Yeah.
Like that. What I'm saying is I think they're on the same line of things. They're on the same line of things. You got magic tricks and you got people telling you like what your life's gonna be like. And one of them is a trick that doesn't work and one of them is a trick that does work.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you think there's some people who have some sort of sixth sense though, and some
Dude,
sort of spiritual?
absolutely not.
I'm going to take a stance on this and say, yeah.
No.
I think yeah.
Magic exists.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
You gotta believe in something.
Yeah.
We're not talking about like love though.
I think things are connected.
Does love exist? It's like 5 minutes into the podcast.
People have energies though. Can't you? People have energies.
Why haven't we talked
Like,
about acting once so far?
I don't know. I disagree, Zach.
All right, well, fuck, I don't know.
I think things are connected and people
You
have
need to
energies.
get your head out of your ass.
Like, don't you meet people and can't you like read people's energies? Like,
Yeah. That's different though. I'm not gonna be like, I can read your energy and be like, dude, just let you know, in 4 years you're gonna die.
Yeah, I don't agree.
Like that's literally what it is. Your brother's calling you from there. It's like, okay, you obviously.
We should all play with a Ouija board after.
Fuck no.
Right.
I'm scared of that shit though.
Have you guys ever? You're scared
I've
of it?
played with it before, yeah.
See,
I've
he
so
says
many
he doesn't believe it,
No,
but then he's scared of a Ouija board.
I'm also scared of the dark. And I'm also scared of The Grudge, like that girl that like
Yeah,
that
she's
has her hair.
terrifying.
I just fucking
Yeah.
that's like permanently in my brain.
I'm kind of scared of the dark too. Still.
Yeah.
I run up the stairs, man, every time I'm home.
Yeah,
Zach,
me
can you get something
too.
from the cooler? I'm like, yeah, sure. And I go downstairs. I'm like,
Yeah, basements?
Yeah.
Terrifying.
I remember that
Yeah.
rush. When you were a kid, though, didn't you kind of like the rush of running up the stairs, of turning off the light and running?
Very unpleasant. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I was scared, but I liked the rush, you know?
adrenaline junkie.
yeah, exactly.
Anna, can you? I just realized your volume. Can you hear anything from your?
Can I? A little bit.
Oh,
Yeah, I
you
can.
just-
This is better.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I was
Now,
like, why is
now
she-
I feel locked in.
I was like, why is she so loud?
Yeah.
She was screaming.
Yeah.
She couldn't.
Yeah.
Cool, I got you.
Thanks, Zach.
You're okay. Your volume's okay.
I think so. I don't know how
I'm-
it's supposed to be.
I'm sorry
I
to
think
everybody
it's-
listening.
I think it's good. Yeah.
for
Sorry for
my-
Anna being so loud.
Yeah.
So Matreya,
Yeah.
how did you get into acting?
I don't remember. I was 14.
Okay.
And I decided I wanted to be an actor. And then, well, I actually decided I wanted to be an actor when I was a lot younger than that. But I just didn't really know how to, like, pursue it because I was a child. And I saw, like, a lot of theater growing up. My dad was a theater director and my mom was an actor. And
Oh, cool. A theater actress?
A
or
theater,
what?
theater
Yeah.
actress. She also, like, was in an X-Files episode.
Cool.
Yeah. So, not bragging,
Yeah.
but yeah. And I just contacted some agents in the city and started auditioning. And now I'm an actor.
Nice.
8 years later.
And how's it been?
It's been pretty good. You know, we're paying the bills. We're having a good time.
What's your first booking?
It was a show called R.L. Stein's The Haunting Hour.
I remember R.L. Stein, but
R.L.
I didn't know
Stein.
The Haunting Hour.
Yeah,
but he did
it's
Goosebumps,
it's
right?
exactly
Yeah,
like Goosebumps.
Goosebumps,
It's like,
right?
yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, it's the exact same thing. It was like an anthology.
Cool.
Yeah, we went into this haunted hotel.
That's
and I was just
badass.
like-
That's a good first booking.
it was
R.L.
fun.
Stein. That's
It was
awesome.
fun. Yeah.
Badass.
I had
And then
no idea.
after that, did you know that you like wanted to stick with it? It was a good experience.
Oh yeah, it's like so much fun.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Like you're like, okay, cool. Like this is like I got this like pink piece to go in my hair, and I was like, you know, you just get to like have fun all day, and then like. It's like another world. It's like they come up to you with like candy and they're like, hey, do you want some candy? Here's like a tray of candy. And you're like, oh, okay. It's like, yeah, it's such a fun job.
Yeah. How did your parents react to you? Were they really supportive along?
Oh
the
yeah,
way?
they were supportive. They were just kind of like I was like, I want to be an actor. And they're like, go for it.
Nice.
Like do it. Like we're not going to do
Yeah.
it for you. And I was like, okay, fair. But yeah, like they helped me with my lines and like how do I act, because I never had any sort of like training or like really acting classes or anything, so I would kind of like get them to help me and coach me. Yeah.
So you haven't done. So what training have you done?
I've done like workshops here and there, but
I guess when you're a
nothing
kid, you're
long-term.
starting so young too,
Yeah.
right? You're like learning
Yeah.
on the job, right?
Yeah, and I like to say I didn't have training wasn't really fair. Like my dad's a director, so I'd just be
Yeah.
like, hey, father.
Whoa. Is that, your dad's a director?
A theater director, yeah,
Ah,
yeah.
okay.
He's
Well, there you go.
Yeah, so he just like, yeah. So I did
You
have
had
training.
in-house training.
That's-
Yeah, and then my mom
that's
would help me too.
cheating. That's
and
kinda cheating.
exactly. I
Yeah,
had, like,
you're a
yeah.
cheater.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's sometimes. I mean, I don't want to. I think training is important, but sometimes I definitely have used training as like a security blanket. And with
Oh,
acting,
yeah.
it's just like let go, you know. But it's
Yeah.
like maybe if I fill my head with all of the knowledge and like the ways to do it, I'll be better.
And it's like, it's
Yeah.
not nursing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I think that I approach it the same way I approach like university. I can study my way into it, you know?
Yeah. Well, I think you can. Like, I don't know. I feel like training is like always a good thing.
It does. It helps somewhat, but it's not. You can't use it as like a crutch, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just like you have to bring yourself to it too.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't feel like I'm the authority on it because I never really did that whole thing. Like, I'm sure there's so much to learn from it. It's just not the route I took. Like, I kind of, when I started acting, I did like a ton of student films and I did a ton of community theater, and I just kind of learned by doing that.
It's the way to do it. It's the way to do it.
Yeah. I
think
agree.
just
yeah.
doing is the way to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, you learn so much. A day on set is like, how much do you learn on in a day on set compared to an acting class?
Like 7 hours of acting
probably
class.
the same, you know?
Maybe 8 hours, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Even like the skits that you.
Yeah,
that
I
you
learned,
and Joey
that's the
did.
most I've ever learned for sure.
Right?
Creating those
Yeah.
like comedy sketches was the most I've ever
They had
like.
a YouTube channel and
Is it still on?
No, we basically.
you can find them.
We can,
Okay.
yeah, if you scroll
You
down,
can send them
if
to
you
me.
scroll my Instagram far down enough, you'll see them. We
Okay.
used to make one every single day for like a year. And
Wow, every day?
Every day for a year. And we had to like get in front of the camera, create something, like be goofy and just like be
Oh
on the
my
street
God.
and like just be okay. And I think what it comes down to like what acting class is just getting you in front of people and in front of a camera and looking like an absolute idiot and not afraid to look like an absolute idiot.
Yeah.
And the more you can overcome that, the stronger you're just going to be in general. Right? Would you not agree with that? Because
Definitely.
after doing those sketches, I was like, dude, I have this like weird like muscle in my head where I can like almost just perform.
Yeah.
If I can get in front of
Yeah,
people
yeah.
and just on stage and just like speak to them now.
And a lot of it
Yeah.
is just getting over that and improving
Yeah.
and not worrying about like making a quote unquote like stupid decision, you know,
Yeah.
or like being weird.
But that also being said, for everyone listening that is an actor, I obviously recommend some kind of training
Yeah.
for sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
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 We all can't have in-house training.
Yeah. Not everyone's dad's a director.
And you, I think it's really cool because you're involved in a lot of indie stuff, right? You were in Crazy Eights. Yeah.
Oh man,
Yeah.
yeah. I was. And I was stoked about it. I was so stoked.
Tell us about your period piece.
Okay.
Zach doesn't know about
Yeah,
it.
what's this?
I was in a Crazy Eight this last Crazy Eights.
Right before everything hit too. Hey?
Yeah, like right before.
Yeah.
And it was just it was a story of a young girl getting her first period, but it's done in this kind of like bizarre, surrealist. It's like an interpretation of her walk from the bathroom to the living room to tell her dad. But you know what? I'll send it to you. You can watch it. It's
Yeah,
really
sick.
hard to explain. I don't want to
Cool.
spoil anything. But I love Crazy Eights. I go every year, and I've always wanted to be in one.
Oh, is this your first year?
Yeah, like
Oh,
I go
cool.
every year. And my agent called me. She's like, so like your name's been in discussion for Crazy Eight. I'm like, I'll do it, 100%. I'll take it. And she's like, great. The audition's at 6:00, asshole. Like I'm like, okay, I'll be there. I'll be there. So when the audition, I was like, please.
That's awesome.
The director was super cool. I'm obsessed with her. She's like one of my favorite people ever. Like I'm like dorky about it. Like I think she's so talented.
Tell us about the director. How do you know her?
I know her from doing the Crazy Eight. Yeah. And
Oh, did you meet her before? Like, did you know of her
No,
before? Oh,
no.
okay.
I didn't, but from working with her, I'm like, you're smart. Like
What's her name? Plug her.
Her name is Bruna Arbex, and I think that's how you pronounce her last name. I assume I think it's pretty straightforward. Yeah, I'm just gonna be following her career. I just saw something in her. She's just like so chill and got the coolest ideas and just like such an interesting way of looking at things.
Cool.
I'm-
That's a cool
I'm-
thing about Crazy Eights, right? You're like meeting these directors and filmmakers.
And, you get,
like,
yeah,
at the
and you're like,
beginning
oh
of their
man, I can't wait
career.
to see where your career goes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
That's
sick.
awesome.
It is cool, yeah. And it's like a little, everyone's like in the theater and everyone's watching their own thing.
Yeah.
And this is actually the only year I missed. I've gone every single
Really?
year. This is the year I missed. I know,
This is the
yeah.
first year I went.
First year you went.
Yeah.
Wow.
Crazy.
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 Oh.
Crazy.
But actually, I was working, so I only went to the after party.
It's classic Anna.
Classic
Anna. Only showing up for the party.
She's like, I'm ready to go.
So in terms of like your career and stuff like that, is there like an actress or someone that you kind of model after that you kind of want to follow their path?
Well, it's tough to say because like I feel like we just have so little control, which I kind of like. I kind of like just being like,
right.
well, I don't really like. I can pretend to have control over where my career goes, but right now, I don't really.
Yeah.
Not a ton, you know. So it's hard to say. But I'd say my favorite actor is Ellen Page. I think she's
Ellen Page.
Cool.
yeah.
Yeah,
I could see you in like a Juno kind of thing.
Ellen Page, is that the girl from Inception?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's in
Nice.
Inception. Yeah.
Yeah, sick. She's awesome. Yeah.
And you remember
She has
Juno?
everything
No,
she's in.
I never
like,
watched Juno.
Really?
No. Is it good?
Shot in Vancouver, isn't
Shot-
it?
Oh, I didn't know that.
That could be wrong. I think it is.
I could see that.
I don't know. I'm probably wrong.
You like said it. You're like, shit, I'm on a podcast.
Yeah.
Can't be just saying bullshit here. Did
What's your? Tell us your favorite set experience.
you say set?
Set.
Yeah. I heard something else.
Sex.
That's what I heard. It's like, wait, what?
Tell us. You can choose. You can either tell us your favorite sex experience or your favorite set experience.
Jeez, that's a toughie. Just ruin your podcast forever because everyone's ears are bleeding.
Up and coming. Yeah.
Oh, that's my favorite joke I've ever heard in my life. That's so sad.
Why did that come to me?
That was great.
Terrible.
Anyways, continue.
Or most embarrassing set story. That's also a good one.
So many. I don't know. I forget every time I've been on set. I don't know. I can't remember an embarrassing one. Like I definitely, as I'm sure you can tell by talking to me for 5 minutes, I've definitely had some embarrassing set stories. But I don't know. I feel bad. I feel like I can't pick one fun time. You know. I mean,
the worst industry. It's the worst industry. You can't pick one fun time.
Well, it's just there's I've been doing this for 8 years. It's like
you've been at it for a bit.
You know what? Maybe it's just because I was talking about it yesterday, but I was on this show called Strange Empire. I was like 16 or 17, and it was like the best time. Like I played we got to talk like cowboys. I played a clairvoyant prostitute.
Damn.
Yeah, it was so much fun. There was like a ton of people on that show. And there was horses and a ton of animals, and then there was at one point babies, and it was just like the craziest shows. It was like an entire summer of like, and I was like me and this other girl who played my sister, Michelle Kreber, and we were just like, we became best friends. And it was just an entire summer of like hanging out on these like beautiful rolling hills like just in Langley that like exist, and like riding horses and just talking like cowboys.
And like you would have done it for free.
Oh, I would have paid. Yeah.
That's when you hit like gold, in my opinion.
Yeah.
When you do something for free and you're getting paid, and it's like moving your career needle too. Like that's the best thing you can do.
And you're 16 and getting paid like more money than you've ever seen.
Yeah.
You're like, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. No kidding, right?
Yeah.
Are you a full-time actress?
Yeah.
What's that like?
Tell us.
You just skip the serving. Like, you know, like a
Yeah.
lot of actors, like they do like serving or bartending. You kind of
Yeah.
just like skip that over.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah. I mean, I like it. There's been times, because there's definitely times where they'll be like,
Real quick here, before we get back to the show, the sponsor for this podcast is Project Transform X. Project Transform X is an app that I started. It is an online personal training app where I can customize your workout program, your nutrition program, and most importantly, having daily communication from me as your coach. For more information on my app and how to get started, please visit projecttransformx.com. I'll have the link for that in the description. All right, and back to the show.
3 or 4 months where I just like don't see any work, you know? And I get bored. That's kind of why I did the teacher training, is because I was like, well, I'm not doing anything right now.
But it's nice to have space in your life to actually do that kind of thing, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like to have a chunk of time to, because I've been wanting to do that
that's badass.
I've been wanting to do that forever.
What, take time
Yeah.
off?
Yeah. Like have time to just like focus and like do something like yoga teacher training, because I feel like the only time I have off I like travel, but like time where you're off like in your city.
Well, that's what's dope about being an actor is like you don't like you're not consistently working. So you're working and then you're taking time off, and in that time off you can do whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
See an oracle, whatever.
Yeah, and it can be great, but it can also be kind of tough because it's not like like, okay, the next 3 months I'm going to have off. You're like trying to not have time off in those 3 months, so you're kind of like, oh, great. But so it can be tough because you're like, well, you can only have so many brunches with your friends and like drinks with your friends until you're like, man, what do I do now? But
I feel like the initial time off would be difficult too. Like you're just like, as soon as the time off happens, it like would take you a little bit. Like I'm kind of picturing myself in quarantine, like what happened, and it was like all of a sudden no work, and I was like, okay, what do I do? And like there was like 3 weeks of me like just like really not doing much. Like I bought a ukulele and I was playing that, and I was like, what's happening here?
Sweet.
And I was sick.
Yeah.
But like,
ukuleles are sick.
Yeah. So sick.
Let's be very clear here.
But like it was just almost like it was just a weird time. Where
I felt like I was in a fog for the first little while too.
Oh,
like what? Like
You're probably
like
just stoned.
Well, I smoked a lot of weed in that month.
I can imagine.
But I actually did, because I think that I've been like avoiding doing this for the past year, because I got divorced last year, just like working on myself. I was doing all like the yoga, meditation, like all that shit. I was smoking a lot of weed, but also like did therapy over the phone every week.
How'd you
What
find
did you
that?
learn there? What did you learn? Teach me.
From what, smoking a lot of weed or therapy?
Both. Equally important.
That I think too much. That's what I learned from therapy. But no, it was really good. It only costs $45 an hour because it's like COVID prices, plague special.
What site was this?
It wasn't through a site. It's through the Adler Institution. It's like a nonprofit in Vancouver, and it's really awesome. I've had therapy before back in Edmonton, but my therapist now is super like hippy dippy and spiritual too, and we're more like on a similar
and
wavelength.
we hate that.
Fuck that. So do you just like if you're having a bad like week, do you just like call her up?
No, I do it once a week. So I always know that I'm like gonna chat with her. So
like,
if I'm having a shitty day, I'll like write it down. Like I have a journal, and I'm like, I'm gonna talk to her about that, and then it immediately makes you feel better about it because you're gonna like deal
Address
with it.
it.
Yeah, you're gonna address it, so you can kind of like take it out of your brain. So I will have a journal, and then like just bullet points of like, okay, I'm gonna talk about this, and then sometimes I'll open my journal the day that I'm going to do therapy, and that stuff doesn't even like matter to me anymore that I wrote down.
That's so sick.
You know?
Do you do therapy?
No, I've never done therapy. I should.
I want to. I tried doing it actually at the beginning of quarantine.
Oh, really?
I had a guy, I was like, whatever, $60 or whatever. And we were like Skyping. And I was like talking about my problems and stuff like that. And then I was like, he was like asking me questions about the gym. And then I was like, yeah. And then
He's asking you
and then
like advice to get
and then I was like, wait, what's happening here? How am I paying for this? And it was weird, and I didn't like it. Yeah, I didn't like it.
Well, what I find with therapy,
He was also like 90. Like he was like 100.
90?
He was
and
like
then
110.
you feel awkward talking
he was
to
on
guys
his way
like that
out.
about like sex stuff and like weird.
He was
like,
on
you
his
don't
way
wanna
out.
be-
Like, and he would,
on his way out.
and he would like to hear me. Like he didn't have.
Was he like, eh?
No, I had headphones in, but for him, he was like, "What was that?" And he'd like put his like, and you just see his hair, his bald spot, like on the camera because he was like ducking to like hear me.
Oh, awkward.
Yeah. So I
It
just
doesn't sound like it was a good fit. It's like
No.
dating. Not everything's gonna be
Yeah.
a good fit.
Yeah, I hear that. I hear you need to find the right therapist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had some therapists where it's just like, it's just so
How do you
awkward.
it's hard to let them go though. I feel like it's like awkward.
But it's just like turning anyone down.
I lied to him. I was like, "You cured me." I was
You're
"You
like,
cured
I'm
me.
completely better.
I'm so much better. Thank you so much."
How many sessions did you have on?
Just one. I just paid for the one. I was like, "This is trash."
Did you learn anything?
Yeah, I learned that like, you know, if you're 110, maybe don't use the computer. That sounds mean. That sounds. I don't know. I'm being an asshole, but it was just a bad experience. Maybe I just need to find a different one.
Maybe he's listening to this and crying.
Yeah.
He's definitely not listening to this.
He does not know how to use his phone.
That's
I
hilarious.
kind of like female therapists too. I don't know.
I want a female therapist.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want like a just a boss lady. I just want her to tell me what to do.
Women can be really good listeners.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can really kill the listening thing.
If Joe Rogan could be my therapist, though, I think that'd be amazing. Like, if I could just have him as my therapist, like, what should I do, Joe? Tell me, put me in the direction.
What would Joe do?
WWJD.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So, were you working on a show before this quarantine thing happened?
Well, I wasn't. I was before the new year. I was doing a play, and I hadn't done a play in a really long time. And I was like, I did one audition, and I was like, okay, I can't be auditioning for film and TV while I'm doing this play. Like, even if it means I'm not going to be working in the new year, I can't do it.
Did your agent was she like?
She understood. She doesn't love when I do theater, but it's like she understands I will sometimes.
Yeah.
And then nobody offered me any acting jobs without me auditioning for them, which was really, really rude.
What the fuck?
And so I didn't have any acting jobs. And then just as I was starting to audition again, this happened. So
man.
yeah. So I'm an out of work actress right now.
Well, tell us about the play.
It was a like a holiday kind of Christmas play about a half Jew, actually, and it was about this family where the grandma like comes back to life and like helps them through. It was a comedy. It was like kind of it was like a spoof of a lot of different Christmas stories. It was a musical.
Oh, cool.
I'm not a singer at all. Like I'm a terrible singer. And they offered me the role, and I was like, well, I don't sing. That's not. They're like, no, but like we don't want like trained voices. We want like raw, like untrained, like unique. Like it's like they like. But really, what they want is like someone who's trained who like does something kind of like funky and like interesting with their voice. Like they don't want me. So I was like, okay, well, I'm not gonna say no to a lead in the arts club. Like I'm not a monster. So I was like, okay, I guess I'm doing this musical. And like that part of it was tough. Like the musical director was super supportive, but I was just pathetic. Like I never got to a place that I was like they did it so I didn't have any solos, and they asked me what instruments I played, and I was like none. And they gave me a tambourine on the first day of rehearsal, and then 2 days later they took it away and gave me a triangle.
You got downgraded.
And I was playing a triangle, and I was like holding it really low because I was embarrassed. And they're like, Matreya, like hold the triangle higher. Horrible.
That's really cute.
And it's already terrifying doing a play. Like,
yeah, I can't
don't-
imagine. That's pretty badass, though, to
It's-
have the guts, the balls to do that.
I wanted to. Like,
Yeah.
I really liked the play. Like, it was.
Do you like singing, though? Do you enjoy
No,
it?
no, absolutely not. No.
See, I'm not the best singer, but I like singing.
Well, then you're probably like okay, you know.
Not in front of people, but
That's fair. No,
Yeah.
I don't like singing. I can.
So did you like train with a vocal coach, or
Yeah, they got me a couple lessons with a vocal coach, and then I called my friend Chloe, who's a professional singer, and she helped me a little bit. But
Do you notice a big difference when you got the vocal coach?
she helped a lot, but it was the kind of thing that it wasn't like you can't.
I feel like singing's either got or you don't, right?
Yeah, well, I think you can learn, but I think it takes a long time.
Yeah.
Like, and especially when people are singing all different parts of a song. Like I'm singing one part, and then you have someone else singing a different part in my ear. You know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's like I feel like my skill of singing is like I can work for hours on a piece of a song and get it where it's like okay, like I'm hitting it all properly and it's not great.
Yeah.
But then that's just different when you're like moving set pieces and like playing your fucking triangle and
Yeah.
trying to, you know.
I've been found with can't really compare this, but Zach, learning the ukulele, it's so much harder to sing and play at the same time.
Oh my god, it was
Right.
crazy. But
So hard.
But what was weird though is, I mean, it reminded me of just like acting. Like it was like
Getting into like a flow.
Well, it was almost like you learn how to do, like you learn the wording, so you would learn the stringing of it, and then you'd have to put the dance, so like, you know, you do the acting, you know what I'm saying? Like you're putting the
Like
two things
layering
together.
it on
You're just
top.
putting two things together, right? So when I
Yeah.
was doing it, I was like, whoa, this is like weirdly like, this is like helping me with acting.
yeah. I think
That's how I
all
felt,
art
yeah.
like intersects together. I don't know, when I work on ukulele like and working on my voice, I think that helps with acting and vice versa for sure.
100%.
It's all performance.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, yeah. So it was really cool. It was like almost like eye opening. I was like, oh, this is a lot easier for me to do because of acting training. And so I felt, like I picked it up pretty quick. Yeah.
I was impressed actually.
Yeah.
Like within a week that you got it, I saw
Yeah.
in your story, and he was like,
I was so pumped about it. And then I was starting to play it really fast. I was like, this is not a guitar, but like
he
it
seemed
can
like he was
be.
playing it so fast. I remember that too. Like, did he speed this up?
I know. Fuck. I was like, at that moment, I was like, I should have got a guitar.
Really?
And everyone said that to me too. Like, don't get a little, like, that looks like a little guitar. That looks like something the dad gives the kid, like, here, buddy, just play this while I'm playing my guitar.
I just found when I tried to play a guitar, like, it fucking hurts your fingers. Have you ever tried?
No.
Like, I didn't realize, like, it cuts into your fingers. Ukulele doesn't hurt nearly as much. That's why I got the ukulele, because I want to, like, build calluses on my fingers.
Right.
It's something that you don't realize. It really, like, cuts into your skin.
I know nothing about this. Can you play guitar with that? Can you just use your nails?
Yeah.
I think, well, you
can.
build calluses, but you can get guitars with different strings, too.
Oh, okay.
But, like, the proper ones are...
Some of these people have like long nails though. Like you'll see them have like
Really?
extra long nails. Like some people just have one long nail on their finger just to play.
Yeah, that's what that's for.
and they're
the one long
dedicated.
nail.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what that's for. Yeah, that and cocaine. Yeah, they're doing bumps and then playing. But like, I think it hurt my fingers too for like 2 days, and that was fine. I
Yeah,
think
and then you build no calluses.
Yeah, I think it just like it's
But
weird.
but it's way more with a guitar.
Oh, is it more?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think my strings are just like little dinky plastic things, right?
Yeah, like nylon, I think.
I don't know what it's made out of. I didn't look.
Yeah.
Metal, or isn't it?
No, not on a ukulele.
Right. Yeah. I guess.
It's like
On the
literally
guitar,
it's like
though, it is metal.
Yeah.
a ukulele looks like you just get it from like Toys R Us.
Was it expensive?
It's $40.
That's not bad.
A Craigslist.
But it's fun to like.
mid quarantine too. So the guy like came down and gave it to me. He's like, here you go, bro. Shook my hand and stuff, and I was like, I guess he's cool with life. He's fine. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
It is interesting to like gauge people's gauge people's comfort with things, right?
Yeah.
I think
So
because I'm
weird.
working in healthcare and among our colleagues, we can't do social distancing. So
Yeah.
sometimes I need to like remember when I'm out in public, I need to be different than I am at work.
Yeah.
Right.
Because at work, those rules are out the window when we're like collaborating with each other.
Yeah.
We can't keep that up at the hospital, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's like I remember being on the beach like 2 weeks ago, and it was packed. The beach was packed, like filled with people, and I was like, this is crazy. And then some guy that I knew was like, yo, what's up, man? He like gave me the high five, and he's like, oh shit, never mind. And like gave me the elbow, and I was like,
You already high-fived me.
I was like, what? And it was just so weird. It was just such a weird, like, it's such a weird experience.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially now that we're starting to be a little like ease up a little bit.
And some people some people aren't though. There's some people that are still not. Like
Yeah.
I was at a grocery store the other day, and this girl came up like right next to me, and she's like, can you believe those guys over there? They're not social distancing. And I was like, get the fuck away from me.
Did you know her?
No. She had a mask on. It was all I hear is she's just like,
Can you believe those guys?
And the mask was like moving. I was like, get the fuck out of here. There's people that are taking it very, very seriously, and there's people that just aren't. And you got to respect both ends, right? Because
totally.
there's people that have died from it. So you can't just throw it up in the air and be like, it's not real. It's real.
Yeah.
That also being said, if you're fit and healthy and you're taking care of yourself, you'll be all right.
Well, and the hospitals are actually, I think what they're worried is the hospitals being over capacity. And the hospitals, as somebody who works
you
in
work in the
the hospitals, they're
hospitals.
under capacity.
Under.
And I was talking to an emerge doc
Hear that,
the other
everyone?
day.
Under.
And he said that the problem now is people not coming into the emerge
Yeah.
when they need to
Right.
because they're afraid of getting COVID. So he's had people in advanced heart failure who now like need surgery. Like if they
Oh
would
my
have caught them
God.
earlier, they could have treated it
Just
with drugs.
go in the hospital.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
So
And now
sad.
people
bananas.
aren't like, now it's like the opposite problem. People are like too afraid to go to the
Interesting.
emerge. Whereas before there were so many like unnecessary admissions through the emerge and people coming for like
nothing,
coughs.
right.
and,
I can
like,
see that. I can see that being a thing though. Like I was even me when I was getting a cold. I was like, I'm not going to the fucking
Yeah.
hospital.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm staying
yeah.
away from that place.
Yeah.
The lineup in that place. Oh my god.
Yeah.
But now there's no lineup.
I mean, how safe do you think it is to be like if you go to the emergency for like something that you're like,
Only go like if there's ever some sort of like involvement with like the heart, you
Right.
know, like
Yeah.
definitely go, but there's a lot of things that people don't need to go to the Emerge for
Right.
sure.
Right.
Yeah, like-
broken toe.
You can wait till
Yeah,
tomorrow. You
yeah.
can go to urgent care.
Yeah.
I just like to stay away from the Emerge when you can.
Yeah.
Because
But I imagine a hospital is actually pretty sanitary. Like,
yeah, it
they're
is.
probably cleaning everything a lot. I
Yeah.
assume. I hope.
Yeah, they are.
You
We
know?
have like, I think they've like hired more staff with cleaning, and they're like, yeah, definitely doing
Yeah.
way more. We have to take our temperature before we go into work too, every time.
I just went across the way. I just went to TNT.
Yeah.
To, like,
and they
I
scan your forehead like you're in Men in
Wait,
Black.
Was that?
They're
was,
just like standing there. I'm like, this. What's happening here? They don't even say what's going on. I'm like, they're just like pointing
Is
a gun.
it for taking your temperature?
I guess so.
Huh? We have those at the hospital actually. Yeah,
I think they're
can
taking
just-
your identity personally, but yeah,
Huge conspiracy. TNT
Yeah.
supermarket trying to take over.
It's really interesting to hear all the conspiracy theories that have come out of COVID. People being like, it's just the government trying to control
Oh,
us.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised. I'm not going to name any names, but like, you'd be surprised, like the people that believe that stuff.
Really?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But you never know what's going on. Like you don't know, right? Or no? I don't know.
Well,
You work in the hospital. I guess you kind of. I believe in it. I'm not saying I don't believe in it, but like,
Yeah.
this is honestly my big take is this. I think we thought it was going to be something that was bigger and was going to be way worse, and we acted like we had this whole massive pandemic, which we kind of did. But I think we're realizing that it's not as serious as it was, right?
Or that we beat the curve, or that
Yeah,
what
I think
we did
BC
worked.
just kind of like killed it. Like we,
Yeah.
we did a
Yeah, we did a good job.
We did a good job.
I think
Yeah.
we did do a good job.
Listen,
Yeah.
I enjoyed quarantine.
Yeah.
And being in Canada, that CERB check,
Yeah.
like that's been amazing. Like we're so lucky. We're so lucky to be living here.
Oh,
I've
absolutely.
actually been
yeah.
having a fine quarantine too.
Yeah, it's been
Okay.
nice.
Me too. I moved during quarantine.
Really?
Really?
Yeah,
What's that
shit.
like?
It was crazy at the beginning. We're like going to look at places, stressful, and yeah, just not being able to have friends over to help you move
Oh
boxes.
yeah.
Where'd you move
It was
to?
tough. I just moved. I was living on Main Street, and then I just moved kind of like a couple blocks east of Maine,
Just goes.
kind of near Fraser. Well, no, I was living with a roommate, and then we both were kind of planning on moving in with our partners, and then her partner was living with us, and then mine was also living with us.
Just like
'cause of everything.
overlots, yeah.
And it was he because of everything that was going on, he was staying with
Oh,
us.
yeah.
So we were all quarantined together. It was like
Right.
4 of us, and we're like, we need to move. And then our dog was barking all the time.
You have a
and then-
dog?
Yeah.
Oh, cute.
Yeah. Her
Cutest.
name's, yeah. She's
Really?
the best. Her name's Nube. Well, yeah.
New Bay?
Nube. It means cloud in Spanish.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought it was like New Bay. Like
Well, it's pronounced like Nube.
Okay,
like,
cool.
Like Nube. Yeah. It's my roommate's dog,
Nube,
but now
hello.
I'm kind of its dad. Like we we kind of have like split custody. Like it'll come to my house
Sweet.
for sleepovers, and because she got it when we moved in together, so it's kind of I don't know.
Having a dog part time, that's the best.
Oh,
that's what I do
the
with my
best.
ex. That's what I do with my ex.
Really?
Yeah.
With the dog, you had a dog with your ex?
Yeah. Yeah, and it's been the greatest thing ever.
Yeah. Interesting.
She has it more. Him. She has him more.
What's his name?
Rafi.
What kind of dog is he?
He's a husky boxer.
Oh.
Yeah.
What is he? Does he have like husky colors and a boxer face?
He doesn't like I'll show you photos. He doesn't look like a husky at all. But like if you saw him in person, you'd be like, oh, okay, I see the husky. Yeah, and it's just been great. Like, because there's honestly, if you have the dog for like 6 or 7 days, and you got like shit going on, like it's especially in this
tough, yeah.
the elevator situation. Like it's just
Yeah.
I'm sounding like I'm complaining, but like it really is just it's nice to
It's
be able.
hard in an apartment.
It's nice to be able to just go, hey, can you take him for 2 weeks?
Oh, yeah.
And then I'll take him 2 weeks after that. Like it's nice to be able to do that.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, you almost miss him. Like as soon as he's gone, like you're like, and like 2 days go by, you're like, I kind of miss him.
Oh, I miss her whenever she's not here. Like I'll wake up and I'll be like, I wish she was in my bed. Little face.
Sorry, what kind of dog was it?
She's like a mutt. She's a little kind of small to medium size.
She looks like a little stuffed animal.
Yeah,
She's
she
really
was just
cute.
she was about a month old, and she was just like on the beach in Mexico.
Really?
Yeah,
Aw.
yeah.
They're always from Mexico. I'm always meeting dogs from
There's
Mexico.
a ton of stray dogs in Mexico. I was just
Yeah.
in Mexico like in the fall, and
Save your money, just get one from Mexico, I guess.
yeah. Oh yeah, you gotta
Get a
rescue.
rescue.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Those are the cutest dogs. Oh, I saw this dog, and it's hard not to just take like
Like
take them
seven dogs. I
home.
know.
Yeah.
I remember when I was like getting mine too, and I was like, oh man, there's like 14 of them, and like they're just puppies, right? You pick them up, their legs are dangling, you're just like, oh man, can I just have them all? Like they need a brother and sister.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the people that gave me the dog too were like these like 14-year-old kids.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
they just
really?
like their dogs. Their parents' dogs had a bunch of dogs. They drove to Vancouver and like
Whoa.
I was there. They're like $600. I was like, I got 3. Like, all right, $300.
Sometimes I go on the SPCA website and I
I
like
am
look at
too.
all the dogs
Me too.
that need homes.
Yeah, and I read
Sometimes
their
cry.
stories.
Yeah, me too. Because if they're like, if the little write up, if they've been abused and they're like kind of assholes, or if they're like old and ugly and have health problems, and you just know they want a home, but they're not going to be adopted, it's heartbreaking.
I don't really know much about it, but do a lot not get adopted?
Sometimes they're there for a while and they don't get adopted. If
Especially
they're
the older
older,
ones.
yeah.
Everybody wants a puppy.
Yeah, everyone does want a puppy. I remember when I was looking too, I was like, I'm just gonna buy a puppy.
Yeah.
But like now, but here's the thing: until you are a dog owner, I feel like then you realize like how important adopting is. You don't know this until you.
Right.
This is how I was. You don't know this until you are a dog owner. Like I was like, I'm gonna adopt. Like there's so many people adopting. I'm good. I'm just gonna buy.
You have more empathy for animals in general.
Yeah,
I think
you
after
do.
after you have a pet.
Yeah, just like everything.
Empathy in general.
Yeah, just everyone.
I feel like having a pet makes you a better person.
It does.
I agree.
Yeah, 100%. It's like therapy a little bit.
Yeah. Like if you buy a dog just from like a pet store and not a breeder, like the puppy mills.
Oh, yeah.
The amount of animal abuse that goes on there. Like, have you ever seen a picture of one of the dog moms at the puppy mills?
No.
Oh, it's heartbreaking. They're just impregnated over and over again their entire lives, and it's so unhealthy. Yeah, it's sad. I got like really concerned about it like a couple weeks ago, and I was like looking at all the pictures and crying, and I felt like there's nothing I can do. And then
What can you do?
Nothing.
Just
I
talk
don't know.
shit?
Adopt
rescues.
Adopt rescues. Yeah. Not
Damn.
support it, I guess.
Like, can we just somehow like break into there and like steal the mom?
Steal the moms?
Yeah.
I wonder.
Like where there's like the dog
It
rescuers.
sounds like kind of a good movie.
I'm down.
Sounds like an
Yeah.
awful movie. Really. That's just like the plot. Like steal. Sounds like a Family Channel movie.
Steal the dog.
Lizzie
mom.
McGuire got the dog. Like like. Yeah.
Lizzie McGuire at the puppy mill.
Treehouse TV.
Lizzie McGuire at the puppy mill.
Lizzie McGuire goes to the puppy mill.
You can see it though, right?
Lizzie McGuire takes the
Yeah.
puppy mill.
God, that's hilarious. So what's the future looking like for you?
I have no idea, man.
No
the
idea.
future looking like
do you
for
wanna-
anybody?
Like, do you want to? Well, I'll tell you how it's looking for me in a second here. But like, do you want to stay here in Vancouver?
At the moment, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But in terms of your career, like, do you see yourself moving to LA? Do you see yourself going to New York? Or is Vancouver like? Do you think like you can make a career out of acting here? Like, what's your?
I don't know. I've been thinking for a couple of years of like going through the whole process of like trying to get a work visa in the States, because I've had reps down there for a little while, but I'm finding it's tough without a work visa. Like it's tough to like I'll tape sometimes, but I haven't booked anything in the States yet, and I feel like I've booked American projects just auditioning here more often.
I feel like here is a bit of a gold mine. Like I don't know, just like what I'm. But you've been at it for a lot longer than I have.
Yeah, I don't know. I imagine there's a lot more in LA, but anytime I've spent in LA, I don't know. Like I spent a little time in LA a couple years ago, and I had to come back because I had too many auditions here, so
wow.
I just came home.
Right.
Yeah.
And what were you down there doing? Just like
I was
checking
just
out the
gonna
scene
go.
and
I
audition?
was just gonna hang out there a bit and audition a bit, but I was auditioning. There seemed to be more here.
Yeah.
So.
Every talk that I went to, when they've like compared Vancouver and LA for breaking in, they've told like Canadian actors to stay here for breaking in. I mean,
Yeah.
it seems like it's a pretty good place. And I was just, I don't know, chatting with people. It seems like Vancouver is going to be one of the first places that opens up too for filming, because we're doing so
sure.
much better than New York, obviously, and doing
Right.
so much better than Ontario.
Yeah.
Doing better than California. So I don't know. I think we're pretty like well situated here, at least right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I would want to go to a different city for a bit, but I guess I haven't been super motivated to do that, just because like this is like my home, and
You're so lucky this is your home. Like you can just like drive and go see your parents. Like that's so cool.
Oh yeah, walk and go see my parents.
Yeah, it's dope.
Yeah.
Where do they live now?
They're in Kids.
Oh,
still,
cool.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, that's even cooler.
Are they at the co-op?
No, they're not at the co-op anymore.
That'd be
no.
cool. I've heard though that when people get into co-ops, they just stay because it's hard to get in.
Oh, it's
Like
super hard to get in.
yeah, there's limited space, so they just like won't want to give up their space.
Yeah, I think they just got sick of the communal living aspect because we were in an apartment with like a whole other family.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, yeah.
So we got our own place now. But
Crazy.
yeah.
Actually, when I moved out here with my ex, we applied to a few co-ops. Yeah.
Sorry, I don't even know why I didn't ask this right away. What the hell's a co-op? Because I've been talking. You guys talked about it at the beginning. I was like, yeah, maybe I should ask. And then you guys stopped talking about it, and you brought it back up again. I'm like, okay, I gotta ask.
It's like an apartment building, and I think sometimes it can be in a collection of apartment buildings. And instead of just paying rent or paying I don't know how it works when you own a place, like paying towards a strata or whatever, everyone will work on things together. Like there'll be meetings every week about like, okay, well, the heating's broken. Like we'll all pitch in and like figure it out and pay someone, or we'll instead of hiring someone to clean the place, like everyone will have a job where they're like, okay, I have to clean the elevator this week or whatever.
And then you're not having to like pay so much, right?
But you're still paying to live there.
It's less rent. Yeah.
Less rent,
and
more
you'll
work.
like garden and you'll clean and you'll all kind of everyone knows each other. And often like the co-op I was in, you pay by the room as opposed to paying by the apartment. And I think kids you didn't have to pay for your kids' rooms actually, but I'm not sure. Yeah.
Sweet. Sounds like a good deal.
Yeah. It was fun. I liked living there, and it was connected to this farm in Aldergrove. So like all the apartments were called pods for some reason.
Yeah.
And like there'd be like pod 1 in Vancouver, and then pod 2 would be like on the farm.
That's cool.
Yeah, and every fall there'd be the corn roast, so they'd harvest everything, and we'd all come out and like just hang out on the farm, and they do Easter on the farm with all the kids, and yeah, it was fun.
Sounds really fun.
Super fun.
Sweet. Do you have any like pressure as an actor to do social media and stuff? Like, do you feel like there's some kind of pressure unwanted pressure, or do you? I haven't checked out your Instagram or anything like that, but
I wouldn't.
yeah. I'd avoid it.
I did have once I was on this show where they're like, okay, you have to tweet like this many times.
Oh, really?
And like make these posts, and they'd have us live tweet along with the episodes.
That's cool.
And post like Instagrams of all of us together, which I didn't mind. I thought that was fine. But yeah, other than that, I probably should be better at it. Like I post a lot, but I'm not like, I don't know. Yeah, not really. Not to be honest.
Do you think it makes a big difference though?
Probably.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I don't know. I've heard it does, but I've never like.
You're doing all right, and it's not like you're having to.
Yeah, my Instagram's never been like.
That's not your strategy.
Yeah, it might. If I had a ton of followers, then like that might help me or not. I don't know. I don't know a ton about it. I don't know a ton about the whole Instagram.
I don't know. He's the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm barely the guy though. I feel like I'm the
Really?
guy. I'm the guy out of me and you.
Yeah.
But like I'm not the guy, and like I'm not the guy. I'm just not the guy.
Do you guys have Finsta accounts?
Finsta?
Do you know?
What is that?
It's I don't know what it means. I don't know what the F stands for. Either friends or fun or something. But it's like a private account where you just have your friends on it, and then you can post whatever you want, and then you have your main account.
Can't you just
Oh.
like? So it's on Instagram though.
Yeah.
Can't you just like put your account private though and just do the
Yeah,
same
but
thing?
then there might be people that you want following you on Instagram and you want to follow, but you don't want necessarily them to be on your Finsta, you know?
There's
Yeah.
this option on Instagram where it's called close friends,
Oh, yeah.
and you just post things to close friends.
Yeah.
And then only your close
But I
friends that you
think that's
choose.
only for stories. I don't think for posts. I
Yeah.
don't think you can hide posts.
Yeah. I don't know.
Do you have a Finsta?
Oh, yeah. Big time. I've got like...
Is there some weird shit on there?
Yeah, for sure. I'll show you guys after this.
Sure.
You guys can follow my Finsta.
I kind of want a Finsta because there's been a few things where I'm like, oh no, because I like know certain people who are following me, you know.
Yeah.
And
you're like, there's some things you're like, well, I don't want my grandma to see. And there's some things you're like, oh, I want to work again. Like, I don't know. But you know what? I feel like there's less like tension around that kind of stuff. It's not like I don't know. You're
It's
not
getting
gonna-
less for sure.
Yeah,
I think so too.
Yeah, it's not like someone's gonna be like scandalized.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Totally.
I'm like I can swear on the internet.
You are not a godly woman.
Yeah.
You will not work in this town again.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, listen, I appreciate you coming on the show. It's been a blast talking to you.
Yeah, so
You're
much fun.
hilarious,
Oh,
and
thanks, man.
you have like a ball of energy, and I'm just excited to see where you go.
Thanks, Zach.
Yeah.
Wow.
Cute.
Thanks for having me.
Where can people find your Instagram?
Just my name.
Okay.
It's on Instagram. I also have Twitter.
What is your name? Please say your full name for it.
Matreya Scarvenier.
Yeah.
Scarrwenr.
Okay, I'll have the link in the
Oh,
description.
sweet. Yeah. So
Cool.
then maybe I can get more followers, and then maybe you can help my career, and then I
Yeah.
can be a working actress instead of a not working actress.
Perfect. Sounds good.
Thanks, Matreya.
Yeah,
thanks for
thanks
having
everyone.
me.
Thanks,
And,
guys.
we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.